Good morning, hello, and happy Tuesday, crafty friends. How are you doing today? Leave me a comment and let me know what's going on in your neck of the woods. What projects are on your desktop? What are you up to this week so far? I know it's only Tuesday, but Tuesdays are an exciting day around here. So if you're new to Tailored Expressions, then welcome. I'm Taylor. I am the owner and creative director here at Tailored Expressions, and we have been bringing you live videos since the pandemic. None of us wants to talk about that anymore, but that is one good thing that came out of it, is that now we connect virtually a lot more often. So this is a fun thing we do every Tuesday when we release new products, and today we have a new collection for you. So raise your hand if you're here for it. I know, Whitney's over there. She's here for it.
I'm here.
I know lots of you who do tune in to our Fans of Tailored Expressions page. Hopefully you had a chance to watch our product reveal video. Those come out every Saturday before we launch new products on the following Tuesday. So we like to walk through everything that's coming, give you that sneak peek that you are excited about, show you some samples, and then all the new products launch at 9 a.m. on Tuesdays. So you already got our launch email this morning, and maybe some of you have shopped. Anybody already shopping this morning? I do love our release this week because it is all about calendars, and we like to give you the earliest access to calendars that we can, because we know it's something that so many of you give as gifts. And calendars can be time-consuming to make, especially if you're making one that has different artwork for each month. If you want a little bit easier calendar, maybe you're mass producing for lots of friends and family, we have our mini tear-off calendars. But really, they are an amazing gift, and I love it that so many of you love to gift calendars. And that's what today is all about. We have our 2026 calendars launching, which means our 2025 calendars are no longer available. It is now March, if you didn't know, so no more 2025 calendars, but you can purchase the following year so that you can start making those projects early. I'm gonna say hi to a few people as you're hopping on today. Hello, hello. Carol says she already bought it. Kelly, your order's completed. Dana ordered. Yes, I love it. Mary got her order in. Terry wants to know where I find all my cute sweaters. Well, Terry, I like to shop. So actually, I do not get out shopping very often, but it seems I get targeted on different ads when I'm scrolling my phone. So I do have a few fun little boutiques online that I like to purchase from. But this one, Whitney was actually asking me today, this little cute little bow sweater came from TJ Maxx. One of my favorite spots to hunt for fun sweaters, cute bargains.
You always find the best stuff.
Yeah, I do enjoy the hunt of finding things. I know that type of store isn't for everyone. If you like to go more department store where, you know, you have less to choose from, but it's there in every size and color that you might want. I do that sometimes too, so I don't discriminate in my shopping. I like to shop wherever. Okay, so I said hi to a few people. Gina's here this morning. Hi, Janet. Hi, Jamie. Jamie's still working on her 2025 calendar gifts. I agree. Better late than never. That's what she said. So we're still in the first quarter of the year. So maybe not too late yet if you're still working on 2025. All right, well, this is also the first time I've been live in the month of March, and so we get to talk about our March gifts that are free with purchase. Who's excited about that? All right, I'm going to get you guys going this morning, and we are going to talk about our every order freebie first. This is my favorite time of the month when I get to put my every order freebie sticker on my panel. If you are new to Tailored Expressions, we send you a free gift with any purchase. It doesn't matter what dollar amount. If you order multiple times a month, it comes with every single order. So it comes like this in your package, and it includes a collectible stamp. So each month we release a new version, a new stamp with different artwork. And this year we're exploring a collection that we're calling A Year in Bloom. So each month features a different flower. This is following kind of the birth month flowers of the year. And we have, oh, Whitney, I have the wrong stamp, but I have the correct sticker, I believe.
Okay. Let me get it.
Okay, so this we have, March is the daffodil. Anybody with a birthday in March? Let me know what you think about this, your birth month flower. And
the daffodil.
yes. So let's go ahead and peel this sticker off of our little...
Whitney apparently doesn't know her birth month flowers.
All right, here's a look at that stamp, and super cute. We've got that March daffodil for you, and we're just going to put that sticker right here on our panel. And then we can store that stamp on the back of the panel. Now your stamp will come with a piece over it, something like this. It's this color, and you just need to peel that off, and then it will stick to your laminated header card. These header cards are available for purchase on the Tailored Expressions website. So if you're following along with the monthly collectible, you can find this under a Year in Bloom collection card, I believe it's called. So we also have dies that you can purchase separately to cut out your freebie stamps, and we have some other products that go along really well with these. Some cute little vases and places that you can hold your little flowers in, and we've got lots of samples too. So check out the Year in Bloom collection on the Tailored Expressions website as we're collecting through the year. So there you have it. Lots of March birthdays.
Lisa said her birthday is today.
Today. Oh, happy birthday, Lisa. Catherine's birthday. Sally has a big birthday this month. Sue already celebrated her birthday this month. Oh, Diana, your birthday. I love it. Yeah, it's actually my husband's birthday this month too. So
yes!
John gets to celebrate on March 24th. And yeah, fun to see all the March birthdays. It is your month to celebrate you. I love it. Okay, so that was our freebie that comes with every order. Now let's talk about our gift with purchases of $100 or more. This is something we do change each month as well. It comes out on the first of each month, and I am super excited about this month's gift. This is called the Cottage Charm Layering Stencil and Die Combo. So you get a set of stencils that measure A2 size, so it's a little bit smaller stencil than a 6x6. It has 4 layers, and it creates 2 beautiful kind of floral swag designs. I call these swags. Maybe that brings back a little memory of, mom selling swags at her craft shows. She would make these beautiful dried floral swags. So this is your freebie this month. Then you have the coordinating die that will cut out those swags if you want, or they're positioned on your card if you want to use them as they are positioned, or you can die cut them and place them where you want them. So really pretty floral design. This will be our freebie all month long. And if you are attending Virtual Stamp Joy, which is coming up this weekend, I know we're very excited.
Our friends are coming.
Everybody's going to be here soon.
Party!
But this will also be the freebie for Virtual Stamp Joy weekend, so it's continuing all month long. It is while supplies last, so towards the end of the month, we will see and, of course, update you if the quantities that we have planned don't last all month. But that is our hope, is that these will be the freebie all month long. Let's take a look at a coordinating product that we brought out just to work with the Cottage Charm. So this is new to the website as of March 1st, and it is something you can purchase separately. It's not part of the gift with purchase, but it gives you a place to land your swags. This is called Foilet Framework, and if I turn it over, you can see the different designs that are included. It is a double-lined design that can be foiled, and you have a circle, a hexagon, kind of a capsule shape, and then an arch. And let me show you some beautiful samples that use the Foilet framework and also that don't. Let's start with a few. Jill Hawkins made all of these. Let's start with a couple that use that Foilet framework so you can see how the beautiful foil shines, and then you can decide where you want to die cut and position that swag. One of the ones that I especially love is the arch design with the swag kind of going over the top of the arch. Looks very wedding-esque. I think this is really perfect for a lot of different occasions.
Gorgeous.
So there's a couple from Jill. And then let's take a look at the others that she created. These do not use the foilet framework. So you can see that it's very useful without that as well. So this one here, she die cut and positioned where she wanted it in the center of her card. This one is how the stencil is positioned. And actually she did not die cut that piece except with a larger capsule die shape. So you can also leave the swags exactly how they're positioned on the stencil and create your sentiment in the center. So really great, beautiful freebie, versatile, useful for all different occasions. All right, what does everybody think of the freebies?
Stunning.
Love the foilets.
Yes.
Yay. Okay, well, let's talk through our special offer for our calendar release. Now, if you're used to hearing about all of the products, we have kind of changed things this year a little bit, and you can access our product reveal video and take a look through Whitney and I chatting about all of our products. But I did want to go through quickly our special offer for this release. So we have the Perennial Scenes bundle, and when you purchase this bundle for $59, you will get a free craft along class that Susan Block is teaching. You can see some of those samples that she created there, and I'm going to walk through the bundle contents with you just really quick here. All right, so Perennial Scenes is a new layering stencil that we've designed specifically for calendar creation. It is a large scale stencil like our quad stencils, and it creates 6 different pieces of square artwork that you then either cut with your trimmer or die cut out of the panel, and then you can use those on your calendar months. You can even mask certain spaces and make them different colors, or if you want to do something more easily for mass producing, then you could use the same colorway on all of the squares. But I think changing this up for the seasons or holidays in each month would be a really fun way to use this as well. You can also use these little square art pieces on cards, and we have some samples from our design team that use it that way as well. So this is a fun new way to use a large scale layering stencil. And we've designed a couple of calendars specifically to fit these designs. So we have our landscape desk calendar, and this year the portrait desk calendar is new to the collection. You can see both of them have open space that's perfectly sized to fit those squares from the Perennial Scenes stencil. So you will get one of each of these pre-printed calendars in with the bundle. And then I have 2 more items in the bundle. Another pre-printed item here is our Foilet Mini Strips calendar. This has 3 different sets of sentiments printed both on white and in black so that you can foil them, or you can just cut them out with the mini strips die. The other thing you can do is just trim them with your paper trimmer. If you don't have the mini strips die, you just would cut off those alignment squares as you're trimming. And then these are perfect for calendars. I love this "you are." Each month is a different "you are awesome," "you are treasured," "you are incredible." It'd be wonderful to have something like that on a friend's desk to remind them each day. Then you have some others that we have a little something for our snarky fans. Rise and Wine. Nope, not today. Today's goal, survive. And my personal favorite, I need an adultier adult. So sometimes I feel like I'm just not qualified to make these adult decisions in my life, so I need an adultier adult. All right, so that is part of the bundle. All of these things are also available separately, so you don't have to purchase the bundle, but that's how you get that free class with Susan. And then last but not least, I want to talk to you about our new desk display stand. So this is one of those products where you asked and we listened. This was our previously offered desk display stand. You can see it's a little bit smaller. One of the major features we changed is the width of the slot in the calendar. So one of your requests was, can we have that slot bigger so that we can fit a whole year's worth of calendar pages in there? So this version is no longer available and has been replaced by the desk display stand you see here. The great thing about this one too, you can see it's a little bit wider at the back than it is at the front. So if you have a particularly tall or heavy calendar, it does not tip over on the desktop. So I'm going to pull in this arched calendar that I have here with all 12 months. You can see it fits nicely in those slots. It leans backwards but doesn't tip your calendar stand over. And even the larger calendars, if I bring in some of these from, here's some inspiration from Susan's class that you'll create along with her. Beautiful color combination. You can see that fits in nicely. I only have 2 of the months here, so it's leaning back a little farther than it would with all of the months in there. But then I also have this version from Heather, and you can see that the landscape fits in there nicely as well. Now with the landscape, it does have some dimensions. So with added dimension, it may not fit all of the months in there depending on how you choose to adhere with foam tape, etc. Of course, the flatter you leave it, it will definitely fit in there. But if you're adding dimension, you just have to keep that in mind for being able to store all of it together in that stand. All right, so we made it through, I think, the high points of our calendar release, and now we get to craft together. Woo-hoo! Yes! If you want to see all of the products, of course, head to our website, click on that banner at the top that brings you directly to all of the new release products. I'm going to be using another item from our new release with our arched calendar. This is our arched desk calendar. We have this new this year in sugar cube cardstock. Previously last year it was only available in Taffy. These are pre-printed and laser cut. You will notice with this, if I turn it on its side, it is brown along the edges here. Because of that laser cutting the paper, it gives it that almost wood look along the edges, which I think is really kind of fancy. I actually really like it. So originally we didn't do the sugar cube because I was a little bit nervous about that, but the more I have played with this, the more I just really love that that look that you get with those edges being just a little bit
stepped up,
colored.
Yeah. It looks so stepped up and nice.
It does. So this one we are going to use today with another new product that we have in this release. This is called our arched or arch rainbow. Is it arched or arch?
Arched.
Arched rainbow layering stencil. And it is a set of 2 stencils specifically designed to blend a rainbow into the top portion of your calendar. We've even included the etched alignment guides on here so that you can line up your calendar behind the opening of the stencil and make sure that it's perfectly positioned in there. Each of the stencils includes 2 layers of the rainbow, so we're going to talk about how to mask one of those layers and create a really fun calendar. Now, if this is something you wanted to mass produce, I would recommend doing all of one month at the same time and then moving to the next month and kind of taking it in stages. I made only one calendar and I did a lot of stencil washing. So you can see that on this calendar, I kind of themed it towards the month of each season of the year. So January, we have kind of a winter theme with some snowflakes at the bottom. February, of course, we have red and pink rainbow with hearts. March, we have a green rainbow with our shamrocks for St. Patrick's Day. Then we have April, just a really springy look there. May, I went with purples and butterflies. June, we're getting a little bit brighter, more summer colors with flowers. Then July, I thought about Independence Day and did the red, white, and blue with stars for July. Then we get into August. We have one of our more boho looking color combinations, kind of getting a little fallish with mushrooms. And September, I have here dragonflies with a fun orange, and this is one of my favorite combos, sweet potato pie, honey, gumdrop, and passion fruit is what I used on that. Then the 2 calendar months we're going to be creating today, I'll stick those back in here, but I'm going to work through the October with you guys and give some fun ideas for adding dimension. That one is obviously Halloween themed. Then we have November, which is getting more into fall with leaves. And then December, I added a little bow with the red and green for Christmas. And I think that's a super fun way to make a calendar and get it kind of themed for each month without a ton of effort. Yes. So, all right, let's get started. I'm going to grab my teal tape.
I also wanted to say that no one is surprised that you saw the arch calendar and thought rainbow. Should happen inside.
Not surprised.
Not surprised to see a rainbow stencil to go with the arch calendar. It's gorgeous.
All right. Well, no surprises. I'm becoming predictable. That's okay because I love it.
Rainbows make people happy, and
That's
I
right.
love the different color combos like you showed it. It's very cute.
So here I have that calendar lined up behind the etched guideline that we've included. And if you don't want to use the etched guideline, it's really easy to tell that your rainbow is aligned because it is designed to perfectly fit in there. So we'll go ahead and grab a couple more pieces of our teal tape and tack this down as we get to work. All right, so in order to blend only one portion of this at a time, we need to mask the area. So I'm going to start by masking that center space. And I'm using Scotch removable labeling tape. It is one of my favorite little things that I use often. And you can see that I like to kind of tear it as I'm using it and place it down to make sure all of my spots are covered up. And then the top color is going to be candy corn. So I'll grab my candy corn ink pad here and my orange blender brush. Now, as you are applying this ink, I know some of you may like pixie spray, so if you want to use pixie spray on the back of your stencils, you can do that to help keep this kind of thin line in place so that it doesn't wiggle and you get ink underneath. But my tip would be, instead of pixie spray, I just like to go a little bit slower and I kind of move my hands into the picture here while I'm blending, just to make sure that everything is staying put. I find when I get, we've used this word recently, but when I get a little too aggressive with my blending, that's when I start to get a little bit of bleeding underneath the stencil openings. So take your time, use a little lighter hand, build up your color instead of that was my aggressive noise.
I liked it. Some people are commenting they want all of your ink colors listed somewhere.
Oh,
so
yes.
you can do that later.
I can. Okay, so candy corn, there we go. Now we're going to peel away our pieces. And a lot of times I will use these same mask pieces 2 or 3 times before I retire them to the garbage can. If I can get them to come off, here we go. And then we can use these same pieces to cover up the orange that we have just blended and then blend the black over the top. Might need a little bit more since this outer ring is bigger. So we'll grab one more piece here. Okay, so for black blending, I am going to use my VersaFine Clair and my black blender brush. Again, I'm going to keep my finger kind of in the center while I blend so that I can keep that kind of piece from pulling up in the middle. All right. These pieces now, since they have that black ink on them, I am going to toss these while we move to the second layer of the stencil. Pull this off and you can see we've got 2 layers of color down. I'll leave that teal tape on the back of the calendar so we can use it on the next one. And then we're going to use this again on my other calendar. So I am going to go ahead and just wash this really quickly.
Someone was asking if there's a die that works with this rainbow, arched rainbow layering stencil.
Oh, okay.
So I grabbed those for you if you want to talk about how it works nicely.
Yeah, so I actually shared this card on the video for our product reveal. Jill had created this card blending the rainbow and then die cutting this die into the front of her card and popping that up over the top of the rainbow. So somebody was asking about this, and it looks to me like this largest die. This is the Arch Nouveau die set. This largest die here is the one that she used to cut out the rainbow. And you know what? I think that was a happy accident because I'm not sure I knew that until Jill did it.
I love it.
Okay, so the second layer then of our project or our stencil set, I'm going to go ahead and line this up again with those etched guidelines. I think the tape is kind of getting in my way here, so I might have to take it off and put it back on once I have my stencil in place. Everything looks good. I need silence during my alignment time.
I know. Pause for alignment.
Yes.
Aligning.
Right.
It seems like something Siri would like.
Alignment loading. Okay. Now for our other 2 colors, we are going to use dried fig. And dried fig is going to be the larger one, so let's cover up. Actually, you know what? I'm going to switch this around. I'm going to do the inside one first because it's lighter color and I don't want to contaminate with the ink that gets left on the stencil with my lighter color. Okay, so let's go ahead and I think I've got most of that covered. Gonna put just a little bit more up here to keep as much ink off of the stencil as I can. And that means I don't usually have to wash the stencil before I do the other color. Oh, you know what though? I did that wrong. I just said I was gonna cover up the outside one and do the pear first.
Darcy was wondering too if you can talk about the Post-it removable tape, why you would use that versus using teal tape to cover these open spaces.
Sure. Yeah, so our teal tape, my favorite use for it is to hold down stencils. I don't typically use it when I'm die cutting, and I don't use it when I am adhering things like this with paper because it is quite a bit more tacky than this. So this is just like Post-it note, all over sticky though, not like a Post-it note that's only sticky at the top, but like a Post-it note in that it removes from your paper really easily. And that's what you need in situations like this. You can see I'm kind of holding down that middle space as I blend. I have another tip for those of you who have nails like I do. In just a second, I'll show you. I'm not sure I would do it a lot, but I've done it in a pinch because I don't know if it over time would really remove my nail polish, but I get some nail polish, or I get some ink on my polish, and I just use a little alcohol to clean it off. Just spray my nail and wipe it, and the ink comes right off.
Stencil cleaning kit
slash nail cleaning kit. Yes.
Oh
So works particularly well with darker shades of ink that really do tarnish your nails, but I think you have to have, I do the dip nails, so they're really hard, and I think they have kind of a coating on them, so the alcohol doesn't bother them. I haven't done it, like I said, I don't do it a lot, and I certainly don't soak them in alcohol, or your polish might end up coming off. All right, now we've got dried fig, and we'll apply that one. Whitney, oh my goodness, what? I can tell you re-inked our ink pads. Well, I mean, I love it, but I'm going to have a little lighter start to my inking if I want to get light-handed. I love it when Whitney re-inks our ink pads, and it's time for virtual stamp joy, so we don't want to be caught with dry pads, that's for sure. Okay, so there we have October. Super cute. All right, I'm going to remove these, and then we're going to go ahead and blend November, and then we're going to talk through our fun little techniques. So since I've already given you my blending tips and tricks for doing this, but we're going to work through another stencil, we need a topic of conversation. Let's see. Who is coming this weekend to Virtual Stamp Joy?
Me!
Oh, really? You're going to be there?
I'll be doing giveaways.
I'll
be coming up with random cheers, encouraging, feeding candy when needed.
Feeding candy. Yes.
Wiping away the sweat.
Well, hopefully lots of you are coming, and if you didn't get a chance to sign up for Virtual Stamp Joy, we have some other fun virtual events that are coming up. Mark your calendar if you haven't already. We are going to be launching registration for a summer event. We're calling it Summer School, and it is a summer class. It's the best kind of summer school you could want to go to because it's fun learning.
Yes!
And it is going to be all about foiling, and I am super excited to teach this with Susan. We both love to foil, and we have been coming up with some amazing techniques that we are going to share with you. There's going to be never before seen products included in this class. You are going to learn all about foiling techniques. There's going to be new foil, so that's exciting. And the registration opens March 11th for that.
Woo!
So we would love to have you at summer school with us. The actual class is June 14th, I believe.
Correct.
Is that right?
Just
okay.
A 1 day.
Just a 1 day, 3-hour class, but it's going to be packed.
Time out from sunbathing.
Yes.
Sun, and do yourself a favor and get some foiling tips and tricks.
Yes. Yes, it's going to be lots of fun.
Do I get to come to that one too?
I think we'll let you.
Okay.
Yes. All right, so we're going to start with mulled wine on this one. Let me get a few pieces of cardstock or not cardstock, labeling tape over this one. I think the best part of this labeling tape is honestly the rip strip here.
Nice.
How it's perforated and you can just tear it like paper.
So easy.
It's perfect. Okay, so mulled wine coming in the outside here. I'll go fast this time. Olympic speed blending. You'll get to see that maybe from Heather this weekend. I'm actually not sure if her cards have blending on them. I don't remember.
No aggressive blending though, Taylor.
No.
Remember we talked
Okay. Not aggressive. Speedy, but not aggressive.
Yes, that's a hard balance.
That is.
Actually for me.
Yes. You know what else we have going on? Not here at TE, but me personally, we have conferences tonight.
Oh.
So that's
so
always...
It's the joy.
It's always fun. We're going to Henry's conference and then Charlie's conference. Maddie's kind of aging out of conferences. They don't really do them quite the same in middle school here. So we are headed off tonight to hear about how most of the time Henry makes people smile.
Aww,
And
he makes me so happy.
hopefully Charlie is a good friend and student. So we will see. I have faith.
They are great children, so you will be just fine.
All right, so
I have the most adorable story to tell. Last night, I had these little crafty entrepreneurs come to my front door, and they were selling something that they painted. It was absolutely adorable. They pulled up their little red wagon, and they were like, I think 4, 6, and like 7. And they were like, we're selling painted pine cones.
Oh,
It was absolutely cute. Okay, so then my daughter Izzy bought 4 of them for $2. Such a great price, right? And they walked away. It was so cute. They go, that was our biggest sale of the day.
Oh.
And I just thought to myself, future crafters. I
Oh.
love it. Love their little pioneering outdoors.
Their little wagon filled with
Yes.
painted pine cones.
Oh, we asked them, what are you going to do with the money? They said, buy more paint because we just love painting pine cones.
That's
Love it.
adorable.
Isn't that cute?
That's so sweet. I love it.
I love little kids just doing their thing, being so proud of their work.
Yes.
We need to be more like that.
I do love that kids are so uninhibited
Yes.
with their creativity. And I feel like as we get to be adults, we have these thoughts about ourselves like, I'm not creative, or I could never do that. Don't you guys, as creative people, do you get that comment from other friends or family members? Like, I could never do what you do. I'm just not creative. And I think we're all creative, and
Yes.
we should exercise that more.
You
think
taught me that. That's what I feel like coming to TE and learning how to create cards. I love sending cards, but I was like, I'm not creative. I can't make them.
Yes.
But I love it. I love the joy of like building the card and making it myself and being so proud.
And you are creative.
I know, I am.
You
I
have
love that.
ideas. And I mean, even if you just like to, kind of use other people's ideas and change them up a little bit, that's still creative. You're still
Absolutely.
still doing it. So I am reminded of when we go to shows and we put on a booth at these different, we've done it here in our town at like a local craft show, and we do a free make and take. So they can come step up to our booth, make a really cute card. It's free. And it almost feels like, you're twisting people's arm, like, come make a card. And then they usually say, oh, well, my daughter would love to do this, but I'm not creative. Or it's usually the adult that is kind of
Yes.
not wanting to participate, I guess. Somewhere along the line, we forget how to be just uninhibited with our...
Yes. And when people try it, they love it. They're like, oh, I love this. Look,
Yes.
it's so cute.
Look, I
made
made this.
card."
Yeah,
Yes,
they're
I
always
love
very
that feeling.
proud of themselves. So, all right, this one is Dijon. And we're going to come into this top.
Dijon is
Art.
a color I wasn't sure I was going to like, and now I'm like, I like it so much.
I know.
What has changed?
I mean, if you think about mustard, it really is a good representation of mustard.
Right.
Honey is a little yellow, more yellow, more sunny, I guess, bright. Dijon is got a little bit more brown in it. Perfect for fall. And that's what we're doing here on the November calendar. Get my pieces of tape up here. Maybe my nails aren't really helping me much today. All right, we'll put these around the yellow now to block that out as we do our green and finish this off. You could also get away with, I'm using full-size blender brushes today, but if you did use the bitty blender brushes, you might have even better luck without overlapping your colors. So the last color on this one is going to be Sour Gummy for the inside of the rainbow. And this is definitely one of those colors that I might have to use a little bit of alcohol to get off of my nail. All right. Pull those up again. Actually, we can just pull this whole thing off. I don't even have to bother trying to get the white pieces off. And now we have our 2 calendar months that we're making today, October and November, and we're going to decorate them. I had a fun thought for adding some dimension to this blended rainbow, stamping it with a pattern. And if you stamp that pattern in sugar cube ink, you will only see it on top of the blended color because you won't see white on white of the actual calendar. So I'm going to grab one of my favorite stamps. This is the linen background stamp, and we're going to set that up in the Misty. I'm going to do this on both October and November. So we're going to go ahead and let's set this down here. I'll put my magnet down. And then I only want to stamp from here up. I don't want to stamp onto the numbers or the letters of my month. So feel like this. Overlap our stamp. Pick that up. Sometimes if I know I'm doing another one, I'll make a couple markings down at the bottom of my Misty so then I can put the other piece right in the same spot. And here's my sugar cube ink. So sugar cube ink stamped over the top of this. Did you re-ink sugar cube?
Ooh, yeah, I did.
Okay, I was going to say, I don't know. Heather might not appreciate that. She likes a little bit more of a dry pad. But
whoops-a-daisy.
All right, I got some fuzzies on here because I did.
Oh, did I dry it with something?
Maybe.
Paper towel?
That's okay. Could be paper towel. Okay. We'll ink that one more time.
Carol says she has a new product suggestion.
Yes, Carol.
Nail covers.
Nail covers.
Maybe that would be a great April Fool's. Like,
that's awesome.
New to the TE catalog.
Nail covers.
And obviously they need to be teal.
That's right. And they would just match my nails then.
Yes.
All right, I'm doing this one more time on this one. I'm gonna not stress, and I'm just gonna press. Don't stress, just press. Okay, let's pull that one up and show you. It's very subtle, but it's a fun little addition of dimension to that rainbow. You can really see it in person quite well. I'm trying to capture it here on the camera, but you see just that little bit of linen distressing on the rainbow blending areas. So let's go ahead and place this down, and we'll do this one as well. The distressing on this one ends up looking a little bit spooky, I think, just because it is for Halloween. Okay. Oh, good. I'm getting some, I use alcohol on my gel nails and it works well. Okay, good. I don't want to steer anybody wrong just because it's worked for me. I do see the question. I don't know if you already answered it, Whitney, but someone was asking if the new wood stands can be painted or stained. And the answer is yes. The wood is unfinished. It's a very nice quality wood. Why can't I find my Just Press? Okay.
It just got lost.
It gets lost every time I use it. And all I do is like set it right to the side, and yet I still can't find it. So yes, you can paint those stands or stain them if you prefer. All right, let's take a look at that one. You can see that distressing nicely on the black ink there. If you want it a little bit more distressed looking, you can certainly stamp that again, but I'm gonna pull this up one more time and show you guys both of those calendar months that we did and the fun texture that created on them. Okay, so now let's get our little pieces ready to adhere down. I have already die cut the bats for the October calendar, and I have those here. These are, I believe they're called Little Bits Bats. Is that right, Whitney?
Yes.
So that's what I used on this one, Little Bits Bats. I like to put the adhesive just in the center of the bat so then I can fold the wings up a little bit and they look more dimensional on there. Okay. And then the other one with the leaves, I want to do it up a little bit more special, so we're going to blend and splatter on that one. So really, it's however much time you want to spend on these calendars. You can really make them very special, very detailed and intricate, or you could just blend the rainbow on there and that would be pretty too. All right, there's October. I am going to take some alcohol because I think I'm getting a little bit of a transfer from somewhere. Grab my okay, nails are brand new. I love that. Ta-da! I have already die cut my leaves as well. These came from the Fall Flurry die set is where these are die cut from. And I have my detail blender brushes that we're going to use to add a little bit of just a little bit of realism by blending some of that dimension back into the leaves here.
Carol's asking, did you add the linen background to all of the months, or would you recommend doing it just to some of them?
You know, if you were going to make the whole year, I would probably do it all the same. That would be my preference, but I don't think there's anything wrong with only doing some of them. And if you're looking at my picture online, the addition of the linen background was something that's not pictured in my project. So we're only doing that today. So if you're looking at my photos of the project, you won't notice the linen in there. It's a little bonus for joining in today. Wanted to show you guys something different.
Cute. Cute, cute, cute.
All right, Dijon is up next. I'm just using the coordinating ink color with the cardstock that I used to cut out the leaves. And then we'll go ahead and splatter these and adhere them to the calendar. Last one, sweet basil. If I haven't said lately how much I love these detail brushes for specifically just for this. Adding those little bits of color to your die cut pieces. Oops, I forgot. I've got one more Dijon and I've got some leftover ink here that we can use. So
I agree. I feel like those detail blender brushes come in so handy. You can add it to your stencils or you can add it dimension to your die cuts.
Yeah, they are so concentrated that I only use them in spaces where I really want to see the contrast of ink and paper. So that would be one little tip. If you really want that intense ink, this is the blender brush to grab because it is such a small space that you're really using to apply that intense ink color. Okay, so let's get out my splatter box. And we are going to do white splatter. Lay those down there, and I have for white splatter, this box is starting to feel very textured in the bottom.
Ooh, fancy!
Yes. We've got our glass board, our mini glass board. If you weren't lucky enough to get in on that in our advent calendar, then keep your eye out because, or even if you did, maybe you want another one because we have 4 of them up here in our craft room and they get used all the time, but we will be releasing this item in the coming months. So just a heads up. All right.
Can't have enough.
Yeah.
It's one of those items. Where's my splatter?
Where's my mini glass board? I
Where's
need
my
it.
mini glass board for
I
this?
use it for liquid watercolor. I use it for, actually, I think I need to go like, there we go. Sometimes when you're looking to get the splatter in a specific spot, tapping on the top of the brush helps me as opposed to tapping the brush on your finger. I can get it more where I want it if I tap on top. All right, pull this out. And these are so little, I don't want to smear them if they're not quite dry yet. So grab my little tweezer, maybe. There we go. That is one of the downfalls of live splattering is you do need to wait for it to dry or you will smear it. Ask me how I know. Done that before. Okay, while I'm waiting for those to dry just a little bit more, I want to make sure everybody's aware. I don't know that I can fit it in the screen, but I will just verbally tell you, if you didn't see, that our teal Olo towers are now shipping. I know. Let me see if I can fit it in. I've got mine here. But the great thing about this is you can see the markers from both sides. Here's my...
Gorgeous.
Here it is. It's on like a Lazy Susan. Poor Susan.
I know.
Why do we have to call it a
All
Lazy
Susans.
Susan? Can we
yeah,
just...
I don't know why.
We need
that
a new
name
name.
came up.
Maybe you call it a turntable now.
Turntable.
Maybe Lazy Susan is outdated.
A turntable is also like for...
Oh, yes.
DJ.
For a DJ? Yeah.
I didn't know. Oh, man, Whitney.
So if you are looking for awesome Olo marker storage, that is something that we did with Global Creative. So they have black and white versions on their website, and we wanted to have something in Tailored Expressions teal. So they were kind enough to work with us on that, and we're excited to have those in and shipping out currently. All right, let's get these adhered down then to our calendar, and I'm just doing this with regular liquid glue. If you wanted more dimension, you could pop it up too with some foam tape.
A couple people said they already received their Olo tower, so they spent time placing the markers in already. I love that feeling. When we got ours, I was like, I want to put them all in order and make it look gorgeous.
And that it's so well thought out, just the way that it's designed, so that, you know, the whole kind of benefit, or one of the big benefits of their markers, is that you get to decide which two marker colors you want to put together. But that was maybe providing some storage challenges, especially for my craft room, where I was storing my markers in a little shelf and I could only see one end of the marker color. And I was having to constantly pull them out of the shelf and turn them around until I finally switched all of mine to handles instead of dual markers. And now I'm switching them all back to dual markers, because all I need to do is put it in the slot, turn my turntable, and I can see all of the colors. Oh, Linda says it's a tailored turntable.
I love it.
We don't have to call it a Lazy Susan anymore. I think that's going to be a hard habit for me to break. I guess that's what my mom grew up having 18 of those in our pantry cupboard, because she really loved to be able to turn everything.
Right? I remember that too.
All right, so here's the 2 months that we created here, adding a little bit of extra dimension with some added steps of that linen background on there. We've got splattering on our leaves. I'll go ahead and lay out my whole calendar so you guys can see all of those. Of course, there are pictures on the website too, if you want to head there and check those out. And of course, I will go ahead and get you all of the colors that I used. What did I do with December? Here it is. Oh, and I forgot September. October, November, December. Did I even get them all in there? I think I did. All right, you guys. Fun to see your comments that you've got your Olo marker stands, towers coming to you in the mail. I'm going to come back and say a farewell here. So you're going to see a lot of me this week, especially if you are part of our virtual Stamp Joy event. We are so excited to have you. If you're not part of our virtual Stamp Joy event, then mark your calendar for Thursday, because you will be seeing Sue Banker. She is a different person from Susan Block. We have a Sue and a Susan here, and you will be seeing her on Thursday as she creates another fun calendar using the arch design, but with a new foilet that we released today. She has some really fun tips on how to use both portions of your foil. The one that you peel off that we normally think maybe this is garbage, she's going to use that and create a whole calendar using those foilet panels. So tune in. That'll be Thursday at 10 a.m. Then if you are part of Virtual Stamp Joy, then you will want to join us Thursday night for our live kickoff party. We are going to go through all of the early access products that you will be able to purchase during the weekend of Stamp Joy. And then you will be seeing us all day Friday and Saturday. Lori, Heather, Jill, Susan are going to be here, and Whitney. Yay! And Charlie, and our amazing customer service team, and our shippers are going to be shipping out your orders. So we are all hands on deck as we do Virtual Stamp Joy this coming weekend. So we're excited about it. All right, everybody, have a great rest.